Former Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein says he likely would not have appointed a special counsel to oversee the Justice Department's criminal investigations into former President Donald Trump.
His statement comes 2 days after Attorney General Merrick Garland announced the appointment of Jack Smith to review the 2 probes tied to the former president.
It's easy to second guess from outside. I think, my inclination, given that the investigation has been going on for some time and given the stage which they've reached, is that I probably would not have, but I just can't tell from the outside.
Jack Smith is a longtime prosecutor who has overseen a variety of high-profile cases. He's now in charge of the investigations into Trump's handling of government documents at Mar-a-Lago and his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election.
Joining us now for more on this is CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane. Scott, thank you for joining us. We mentioned what Rod Rosenstein said about not appointing a special counsel. In his view, from the outside, second guessing, as he acknowledges. We also had former Attorney General William Barr say in recent days that he thinks, from what he can see from the outside, there may be a legitimate case being built here, his words, against the former president. I am very curious what the reaction has been in Congress now to the case that may be building and to this appointment of a special counsel.
We haven't gotten the tidal wave of reaction we expected, Tony, in part because I think members of Congress don't have a deep familiarity with where this investigation stands right now. Merrick Garland has kept his powder dry, really hasn't given robust, detailed updates on these 2 unprecedented investigations. So what the special counsel is inheriting is somewhat unclear right now. We know the 2 main pillars: the investigation of the FBI records or the White House records seized by the FBI at Mar-a-Lago, a one-of-a-kind investigation in American history, and the investigation into the entities or people who gave rise to an attempt to block the peaceful transfer of power in America, an unprecedented investigation in its own. Thing is, Merrick Garland, who has been so cautious at his public hearings before Congress and who has said so little publicly about these investigations, has left everybody guessing as to what Jack Smith is inheriting, where it is on the timeline, and what the deadlines are. There's no date certain for action here, so there's not a whole lot of strong opinions as to whether this is going to help or hurt efforts to finish these investigations.
Well, speaking of deadlines, Scott, the Gen 6 committee is expected to release all of its evidence and all of it that it's collected over the course of its investigation into the former president within a month. How, if at all, will this impact the special counsel's review?
These should be separate, at least until this committee wraps up its work. The committee has been very cautious not to share its work product with others, including the Department of Justice, which has been asking for copies of some of the depositions from these January 6th committee interviews. The committee has gone above and beyond to say it's not doing that until it concludes its work. Thing is, they have to conclude their work pretty soon. Their deadline is the end of this calendar year. That's when this committee expires. They have to issue a written report, a comprehensive listing of all their findings. That's likely to happen in the next couple of weeks. They've also intimated they might release the entirety of their investigative materials, potentially including the deposition transcripts from all those interviews, the very thing the Department of Justice has been seeking. That could come out in the coming weeks. The deadlines are approaching quickly for this committee, and they say, a lot to show us.
Well, a lot to come before the new Congress.
Yeah, and if they release all the evidence, then you'll see some second guessing. Oh, you just wait. That'll be interesting. Thank you very much, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.